Submission Radio brought to you by Musashi, here with the man that takes on Renan Barao this weekend, Aljamain Sterling. Aljamain, you're chainless. What's going on, man? Where's the chain?
I'm not chainless, but I got Brutus at the home. You know, I had to clean him up a little bit, so I should have him hopefully by Saturday. I need him for my workout, you know. That's my good luck charm right there.
Does it feel weird, kind of like being naked without the chain?
Just a little bit. Everyone's asking me, hey, where's the big chain? But, you know, I think this one's all right.
That's all right. And you got a fancy outfit going on, camouflage. I can barely see you. You're like a floating head. What went into this outfit?
I'm a chameleon. Nothing, a little pizzazz that I picked up from, I think, H&M. You know, and Zara. You don't got to really spend too much money to look good, you know. That's one of the things I like about fashion, you know. Some people go a little bit overboard on having to spend so much money on things, but it doesn't cost that much to look nice, you know.
That's good advice. Now, let's talk about this fight. You obviously, for a long time, there was a bit of, I guess, hang-up about signing this contract to fight Barao at 140 pounds. What ultimately led you to, I guess, sign that contract?
Well, there's no hang-up about taking the fight. I wanted the fight. The fight was going to happen. Whether or not it was going to happen today, this Saturday, or it was going to happen September 9th, the main concern for me was, am I going to get compensated or not for this fight going up? But then it kind of worked out that the commission was the one that pushed the fight up. You know, I just wish that they were a little bit more professional and told me this sooner than later. Then we could have weighed our options a little bit differently and maybe figure it out. But, you know, once the fight was happening already, I was already, what, 4.5 weeks removed from the fight. So in my mind, it was kind of like, we're already here. We're already in shape. Let's just take the fight and get this shit going and see who the better man is.
Did you end up getting compensated like you wanted?
No, unfortunately, they didn't want to reach into their pockets. The alligator arms turned up.
Do you think it maybe has anything to do with the fact that you did have some public negotiations when you were on the free market, and maybe the UFC didn't particularly like that?
I don't know if that's the reason. I know they said it wasn't them. It was the commission's call. So it is what it is. But, you know, whatever, man. You know, I just got to go out there and get my win bonus. That's all I got to do, get my win bonus and get maybe a performance of the night.
And then you can buy new chains, add to the collection. Just wondering, 140 pounds, who do you think that favors more, yourself or Barao?
I don't think it favors anybody. I think we just both get to eat a little bit more. Either way, I think I cut weight and handled it a lot better than he does. I don't know if he's a bigger guy than me. My last two fights, you know, I've been up at 166 literally like the week after the fight. So is he a bigger man than me? No, I just know how to do it way better than he does, and I handle it a lot better. You know, I do it strategically, and I get down as a professional should.
I'm just wondering, he's sitting literally right across from you. Have you gotten a chance to sort of, waving to Barao. Have you gotten a chance to sort of, did he wave back? Have you gotten a chance to sort of size him up and maybe get a gauge on how his weight cut's looking, maybe look into his eyes?
No, I think he's been avoiding me a little bit, to be honest.
Why?
I don't know. You know, we had a little bit of a back and forth jarring on Instagram, and, you know, he kind of said something really, really stupid. He called me a coward. But, you know, I asked for one fight, but they offered him, and I took the fight with him. So I don't know how that made me a coward. I think he's getting the words kind of mixed up. But, you know, it is what it is. All the talking is going to be over, and he thinks I can't take him down. I've wrestled bigger guys. My brother's a much bigger and stronger guy than he is, you know, and I can take my brother down. So it's just chain wrestling. I know it's not a wrestling match, but this is a fight. He's got to worry about everything. So once I put my fist in his face and he's covering up or he's looking to throw, that's going to be my moment to level change and take his ass down. If I get my hands locked around his leg or his body, he's going to be on his back. Best believe that. He's got 15 minutes to defend takedowns, to defend punches, to defend kicks, to defend the clinch. We're going to see who's going to fade first, and I guarantee he's going to be the one to drown in the deep waters.
I'm just wondering, what do you think about him and I guess his style? It wasn't, well, I guess it was a couple of years ago that he was the champion, ruled the bantamweight division, and now he's sort of kind of almost in an unfamiliar territory, but he's still a decent name. Do you feel like this is... Do you feel like he's sort of the name that you've needed in your career, a big sort of marquee win?
He's trying not to look. See, he's been avoiding me this whole time. You know, I came up short against two big-name guys. This is going to be the third big-name guy. I mean, he looks drawn out right now. I see it in his face. He looks like he's trying to fake the smile right now. And you see, I'm happy. I got the elasticity in my face. He looks like he's already daunting. He's got that daunting look already. He's probably got at least 6 more pounds, maybe even 7. But no, this is the marquee name that I need. You know, a guy Dana White has pegged as one of the pound-for-pound greats, went undefeated for a 10-year run. And I'm just excited for the opportunity. You know, I came up short twice against 2 top-level guys, and, you know, I'm not looking to be a gatekeeper. I'm looking to become a champion. And what better way to do it and solidify the re-homecoming of the Funk Master.
And just quickly, Aljo, before I let you go, just want to ask something, I guess, a little bit more in your personal life. You've got the Jamaican background. I heard that your mum, I believe she got her visa expired. What's the situation there?
Well, my mom's been here for years. Unfortunately, she hasn't been able to get her visa and her green card for a long time now. So, you know, I'm finally in a position where financially I can help that process. You know, there's a lot of back and forth things that happen with her and my dad. They're getting a divorce. You know, so there's a lot of things I've been dealing with for the past 2.5 years that not a lot of people know about. And it's just personal life. We all have these personal things we got to deal with. And it's unfortunate, but, you know, I'm handling it the way I got to handle it. And just like anything, everybody has their own struggles, their own adversity. And this is just another one of them. So eventually, hopefully after this fight, I can really square everything away for her, get her in the right spot. You know, she's a great woman, great person. And I just want to make sure she's well taken care of. You know, I got 19 brothers and sisters, dog. I got a big-ass family.
I'm sorry to hear that, and I heard that was one of the reasons why you wanted the extra money, so you could help your mum. Just quickly, last question, the Jamaican flag, you've had your last couple of fights. Will you be bringing that out in this fight to sort of as a sign for your mum so that when she watches that fight, she can see you representing?
Definitely. I'm first generation Jamaican. You know, both my parents and their parents were born in Jamaica. And my grandma actually lives in London, and my grandpa actually lives in Canada. So it's actually pretty funny. We're like all over the place. But we have the roots all over, man. But it'd be great to get a big marquee win like this to represent the country, represent America, and represent everybody, myself, my family, and my team.
All right, well, it's a pleasure chatting to you. Good luck this weekend against Barao, and we'll be watching the fight. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. He's looking. He's looking.
Finally, eye contact?
A little bit. He made a little bit of eye contact.
Thank you so much.